Yeah, I think the sizing is usually like something that I run into problems with. And then because I usually do like super oversized for my stuff, but usually it's like it comes in smaller than I want. And then like some minor stuff like the zippers or like the neck tags, hand tags, like a lot of the stuff I have to like really be specific to really for them to really get it. But for the most part, like the actual silhouette, they kind of like usually get it.
Okay. So these are the problems that a tech pack solves, basically. That's why I wanted to ask, like, which are the problems, like sizing? If we go through it, like this is the cover, and this is like you only showing the sketch and like general like specs, so manufacturer can know, okay, I know what you're talking about. And then
Yeah.
after that, like it's just like technical things, right? Like, okay, how this is constructed, like if it's held, the stitching around, which kind of stitch it is. So you have like I usually do like the stitching goes in one single page, in another one goes like construction details, like I don't know, like these lines in here, because these lines they can be print or they can be heat transferred or they can be just like a patch. So you have to be specific on that. So I usually divide it like in different pages, and it helps brands to get samples like perfect, like in 1 or 2 rounds. You know what I mean? So
Right.
a tech pack is just basically a document that solves problems or maybe like communication,
Here, let me show.
like or misunderstandings.
Yeah.
And after that, I always start from, okay, if you want something like regarding the sizing, if you want something that is oversized, you tell them in a different page, okay, I want this size, it's an M, and these are my measurements for an M size, and this M is already oversized. So once you receive the M that is oversized based on the measurements you give, it will save a lot of time. So you may get the first sample perfect.
But see, but then too, I was gonna say, let me just interfere real quick because the stripes, as you guys can see right here, like on this jersey, if y'all go watch the Shook Ones video, Prodigy had the white stripes, and then she was like, "Well, do you want the white stripes with the red jersey with the black font?" And then when I looked at it on color, I was just like, "No, fuck that." So then she scratched it out at the last minute, and then that's how she was like, "Stripes on the sleeves are canceled," so we didn't have to like redo the whole entire mock-up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Are you
Gabriel?
able to just pay someone to do like tech packs for you? Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to like even want to learn all that.
But you see, like with your stuff, bro, it's like let's just say like with the hoodie, with like the balaclava mask, kind of, it's like with the hood, like all she would kind of need to know is like what type of stitching. You go give her like a reference size chart, and then what type of fabric is the jacket, and then from there she can build out the whole entire thing if you got the mock-up. You know what I mean?
Oh, got you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or sometimes people like my clients, sometimes they don't have like a sketch, but they send me like a picture. I want this, but with this kind of zipper. So I translate everything and I just put it in one single document. So in this case, we don't have like zippers or anything or this kind of trims, but like if as you can see, like in the patch, I always put like reference pictures.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. So it's like so basically because like a football jersey is tackle twill. So as you guys can see right there, she just saw like match color tackle twill patch around the letters. Just so they know every single detail when it comes into this shit, because men probably know, or even Jay fucking with these manufacturers overseas and staying up all night on Alibaba, fucking till midnight. You just talking to them, they fucking up the sample, then you sending them back. This is like everything is like literally right here. So it's like there should be no reason that they should be fucking it up. And then what she does when it comes to like negotiations and stuff, she'll make sure that be like, okay, if we go into mass production with you, like we can get incentivized to get like a free sample, or even if we put down little money on the first sample, if they fuck up on that first sample, then we get the second one for free. But they're gonna look at this perfectly to not fuck up because they don't want to come out of their own pocket to send us the second sample. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, right. Very, very informative, very helpful, man. I've seen this before, but it's very informative and helpful to see this because, like, if you don't send this to the manufacturer, man, they'll just give you some jersey they got in the back. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? You don't, you might want a different pattern or a different swatch
It happens
thickness
a
of
lot.
jersey. Yeah,
Yeah.
they just like, oh man, I
Also,
want to design these glasses, and next thing you know, they got the glasses with the logo, but they're the cheap ones that break. Like at gas stations versus having the finished, thicker glasses because you knew what material to request, the sizing, the logo goes here, everything down to the T of the stitching. So I think this is very good to be able to see this again up close and personal.
yeah.
And I was gonna say too that when I was making this, as y'all know, like I said, like y'all can go look even on my personal page. I always wore Hennessy jerseys, like Head Nigga in Charge, Queensbridge, all that. So when it came to the fabric, I just went back because me, I don't like I told y'all, I hate production. I just like making dope shit, and then she gets behind it and then brings it to life for me. So she was like, Chris, what type of fabric and this, that, and the third. I just went to the places where I bought my Hennessy jerseys online, like Prodigy Hennessy jerseys. And then she took all of those references to build out my shit because I like the way the double XLs and the XLs fit me.
Yeah.
So
No, I was just I wanted to show you like some samples that I have from Wicked Thoughts. Like Khalil just bought these samples from the market, like I don't know, like
show him. Yeah.
Like this one, this is not from market, this is from him. This is his.
Yeah.
So we were doing like some measurements, you see, like because I guide him. Okay, we want to get these measurements, and then I guide him, and then you have to measure from here to here. That's why you see needles here. But this is like, for me, this is a blueprint because I'm measuring now, and I know, okay, this is an XL for him. So manufacturer needs to know waist, need to measure like, I don't know, whatever.
Everything down to the pocket sizing, everything to
like
the T.
Construction. And then for them, it's super important if you can get them like a reference. If you have this one, if you can send a picture and just add it in the tech bag, it's perfect. Or if you can send this one to the factory, then it's perfect, the best, because then they can feel the fabric and they will get the same fabric for you. So you will get everything perfect in one single run. Know what I mean? Because
even show them the hat real quick. Show them the hat.
This is important. This is cool too.
So like it's not like Nin can just mock this up or Jay can mock this up and then give it to the manufacturer, because what did they make it too big? What did they make it too small? Like even this needs to be broken down into a tech pack. What's the size of this Klux Busters? What's the size of the font? What type of font is this? We got to give them the font and make sure that everything is like intact, even the logo, like everything, high quality, like the whole shit. So even when they print on this embroidery hat, and this is obviously like domestic, because obviously Khalil getting the fitteds at like a wholesale price and then going into mass production in LA. But even with the domestic, from the screen printers and everything, like everything needs to be broken down literally like to a science. Because one thing that I hated before, like I had a production manager, and I know that y'all are probably understanding this too and going through this. I hated just even with my screen printer down the street in Portland, like, bro, how big do you want the logo? Like, you're just sending me the fucking mock-up. And then I remember being disappointed when I'll just go be happy to get my shit, and then it's too big, but he's like, bro, you're not giving me no measurements, no specs, like nothing. All you're doing is just giving me the blanks and the mock-up. So he just winging it off of his dome. But when you got somebody like her that's handling your international and your domestic, and she already has relationships with quality manufacturers, so now you're not hoping and praying that you go to this Pakistani manufacturer, even in China, hoping that it's the A1 shit. It's just all like, she literally saves you hundreds of hours, you know what I'm saying, throughout the year. So right here too, I want to show y'all, let me show y'all this one, another tech pack that she's done. She's done hella, but let me do this. Oh, this one you can break down. So for the Hellraiser jersey, these are like the measurements, right? So like this is what, and you see right here how it says sample size. So she's going, because I'm an XL, and whoever was going to model the jersey was going to be like a bigger dude, because for majority people, they normally go like with the large, because that's like the universal size. But for me, I was like, fuck it, I want to wear the jersey myself, so go XL. So she just took the specs and the size chart off of the Prodigy jersey that I bought online before, and then that helped her like build out all the rest of this.
Yeah, Could you present this one? I think.
Yeah, just my fault. Wait, share on this side instead. My fault, y'all. This right here. My fault.
Yeah, like what he was saying is like, yeah, sample size is in XL, and make sure that you start grading until your sample size is perfect. That's why this one is like, okay, the sample size was perfect and we started grading after that. You don't have to start grading if your sample size is messed up, like nonsense.
Yeah. Y'all got any questions, or is it like y'all like, huh?
I got a question.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, do you think if you were to make a tech pack and send it to 2 different manufacturers, you would get the exact same piece, or would there still be like differences?
No.
Different in cost and fabric.
See,
Wow.
wait, can I tell them kind of how we do everything? So let's just say for this jersey, right? At the time, she didn't really like. She had an idea of like who to go to for the manufacturers, but she was like, "Fuck it, Chris. Like, let's try 3 different manufacturers, A, B, and C." We send them over the greatest spec sheet, the tech pack, everything. I'm sacrificing paying the samples up front, right? So then 30 days later or 22 weeks later, whatever, I get the samples. So we literally are sitting here on a call like this. We're breaking down all the measurements. She's like, how does manufacturer A feel? And I'm like, man, this shit is too snug. How does B feel? They too loose. But how to C? The quality is cool, but the tackle tool is a little fucked up. But then she's like, which one? Who do you want to double down with? So then we start playing games kind of on the communication side with A, B, and C. It's just like, well, you guys fucked up on this tech pack. Like, it's a little too loose. Like, but we got this other person over here, manufacturer C, that's charging $15, right? But you're over here charging $20. Now, we will want to run with you, but are you willing to meet that price? Because if not, we're going to do mass production with manufacturer C. So it's just negotiating at its finest, even on the communicating level with the manufacturers as well. So then they don't want to lose business. If anything, they want to gain business with me, because the lifetime value with me, I'm giving them hundreds and thousands of dollars, right? Like, the higher my brand goes and I'm going to them for cut and sew, they don't want to lose that bag. So they'd be like, well, what about 16? And it's like, no, like manufacturer C, they perfect, $15. If you can't match that, then we're going with them. Fuck it, I'll match them. And then it's like, perfect, because that's who we really want to go with in the first place. But we're just negotiating our terms with them and getting the best manufacturer at the same time, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Yeah. She handles all of that, like, because
yeah, and then the fabric will be different. That's what I was saying, because every vendor has their own networking. So if I tell them, like, I don't know, like 200 GSM jersey, whatever, they have different people to go with. So it's not the same. And one may be in China, North China, and the other one will be in South China or whatever, but their people is different, and they will show you different fabric, different cost. It will be different in with every single vendor.
Yeah.
But it's cool if you have a tech pack and you can deliver this tech pack, even before receiving a sample, you can get a cost. Like, you can start, like, how much does it cost? 30, 28, 25. Like, you can start having an idea of how much that would cost.
Right. But then you want to play like the manufacturers against each other, so then they can so they fighting for your business. Well, when Nin got this jacket, or Jay got this jacket, and they all like, well, bro over here is charging me $20, and they not really fucking up. But then deep down the side, the manufacturer that you might be running to, that's who you probably trying to sell that incentive to, is like, well, if you can't meet me at $20, I'm just going to run with them. And some of them will be like, fuck it, go with them. Or they'll try to bargain back and forth, like, no, fuck it, we'll do it for 18 if you buy 150 units. Well, so-and-so's only charging me $20 for only 50 units or whatever it may be. And it's just a back and forth game. But at the same time, it's like you want to get samples, not just by one manufacturer, but probably like 2 or 3 to really see like who's the best for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is like another tech pack that she's done in the past. You know what I'm saying? The crucified Jesus T or Polo Rayon. This was another Mobb Deep inspiration. I was watching It's Mine, the music video, and they was all out in like Barbados, like just the old school, like not Tommy Hilfiger, but Tommy Bahama tees back in the 90s. Niggas wearing tank tops on some belly type vibes. Like when DMX was out there in Jamaica and shit, it's like I was like, how can I make like a dope rayon polo that makes sense with my brand? So then I came up with this, and I was telling her, I was like, it got to be rayon. It got to be like breathable. So even if I was in Mexico or Nin or Jay is on the trip on the beach, like they can wear it and it's like hella breathable and comfortable. So then she built this out completely for me. I don't know if y'all can see this well enough. Like, let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah. So you can break this down to him from the top to bottom.
No, it's basically the same. Like this is the cover. Just make sure that in the cover in every page you have like the fabric specs as well. If you don't know about GSM, because this is like technical terminology, like you just put lightweight, midweight. How do you want the fabric to feel, if it's soft or not, like fabric specs. And then in the second one, in the second page, like very general technical details, how the neck is constructed, if there's a joke in the back or not, like stitching. Here I added some trim example, like the bottoms examples, and some technical details as 12 SPI. It's stitches per inch, but it's very technical. Like,
yeah, because I remember this part too. She was like, well, do you want white buttons or black buttons? And I was just like, shit, I don't know. I was like, do black.
And then yeah,
she got the reference.
But then if you have black buttons, there are thousands like different buttons. So you need to tell them, like, is it matte? Is it shiny? Is it how is it? Is it rounded, square? It's
a lot.
And then in the third one, just measurements, like like measurements, but not like sizing, but the distance between bottoms, how much the collar measures. And then here is like the print, because we have a print. In the other one, we have like the tackle twill. Here we have a print. So I added, like, this is the wrapper of repetition. It's like a single square where all your design is, and they are repeating it like all over the fabric. But this square has to measure, in this case, 15.5 width, so that, okay, I know I have to print this thing in this measurement. So this is the scale they want, because you can deliver like a print and they don't know which is the scale. So this is like specs for that. And then you can see here, go back, please. It says, see artwork. I add all the time, always I add. If we have an artwork and this is a tech pack, this is not the original artwork. I'm adding this see artwork, and that is called like this, LK. And then in the other page, what is it? Yeah, this is the scale we want, and I'm showing the colorway we want. So this is the colorway number 1, and yeah, we only did 5. And this is super important. Like the labeling, you need to be like super specific as well. How you want the Excel, like the size tag attached to the brand. Is it in the side? Is it below the brand? Is it hidden? Like, you need to be super specific on how is it. Like, is it satin? Or what is it? Is it a printed size? A printed brand label? Yeah, like this is for the labeling, and where it's located as well. And the last page was for measurements. Yeah,
and this is probably the most important, like the size spec, because just like what you guys see right here, like the sample size is XL, and they're basing it off of. Right there? Okay. Okay, cool. No. So yeah, so this is like hella important, like the size spec, because obviously it's like the XL, and that's what I was going to use for the lookbook, and I wanted to try it on myself. So basically, she has like A, B, C, D, basically all the references for them to go grab from down here. So as you guys can see, it's like, well, right here we got A, and then we got N. Yeah, A down here, my fault. And then we got H, and then F, and then B. So now, rather than them just winging it, they know the exact sizes, like off this sample size, like the measurements, basically, for the cutting. So.
And you may ask, how do I get this? I don't know. Like, but you can get a sample. Now we have this sample here. We'll bring.
Yeah.
You have this one. And then if you don't know all the details, just make sure that you put chest, shoulders, and sleeve length. And yeah, that's all. Like these are like the basic measurements.
See, but the way that I do it, just so y'all can like be like, damn, like this might be a lot. Like I would just like whatever. Let's just say I got like a Stitzy jacket, or I got like a pair of sweats, or like a jersey that I purchased in the past, or like I like how this NFL jersey like fits on me or some shit. All I do is just send her the size sheet. Like that's all I do. I just be like, here's the website to NFL Tom Brady jersey or whatever. If I like all the details on that from the tackle twill to all the small little specs and everything, I just send that. I just copy and paste her over that link, and then she grabs that XL, and then she builds out the large, the small, the mediums, and then like the double XLs. Because that's even what I did with this shirt. I went to Tommy Bahama. You there, Nick?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So like, yeah, Tommy Bahama. I grew up wearing Tommy Bahama shirts growing up in Florida and shit. So it wasn't hard for me to just be like, oh yeah, this Rayon XL, boom. She built it out. And then once I got the sample, like it fit me perfect. If y'all want to see what this looks like in person too, on me, it's literally like my second to it's one of like my first pictures on my personal Instagram page. I'm like sitting there holding my hands like this, and I'm wearing that polo. So,
And
yeah.
it's this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, man.
Yeah, this one I was impressed because we received, that was the first one, right? You received the first one, and
Yeah.
it was fine.
Perfect. It was perfect. Yeah, that was just one sample too. Like they did not fuck up at all. Yeah.
That was cool.
Let me show y'all some. In the meantime, let me do this.
Do you have questions, guys?
Questions? Jay,
I'm just listening. Carry on.
No, not really.
You said no.
I'm just thinking of how I just have to just pay someone to do this. I definitely won't be doing this myself.
Me too. It's too detailed, but it's very helpful because this is the direction we all need to be moving towards, going through the front door every time we lay out a piece.
Correct. And let me show y'all this too. Not customer cost breakdown.
Do you also do like domestic?
Yeah, but see, I'm about to show them right now. Let me do this. So let me share this tab. She handles all of this for me as well. So as you guys can see, this is domestic. Last year, this was in like 2 weeks. I probably ran it up like 40, 50K. Obviously, because she does it all. So like March 2022, week 1, this is everything I dropped throughout that week. This is all the units that I pushed. Right here, we got the unit production cost, the total cost from SNS. And SNS basically is where I get all my blanks from. Oh, y'all know that already. The screen print and embroidery. Because when the screen printer sends over the invoice, she takes that invoice and then she breaks it all down. So like manufacturer label removed. So that's like Gildan or All Style. How much is that costing to get removed? Neck relabeled. That shit costs 90 cents. Folded individual items. Let me do this so I don't fuck it up. Wait, can I go this way? Oh, right here. So then, okay, cool. Yeah. So then basically like total Rebel Cricket, shipment, production cost, the total cost of everything. So like those hoodies, to push 40 something hoodies or whatever, it came out to 1,300. The total unit cost, the total production cost. Then we got the net selling price of selling it for $88. The margin came out to 64%, the markup, the sales, and the net profit. And if we scroll down right here, as y'all can see, so in sales, we did 22 racks in a week, but I walked away with 16K net profit. And this is one thing that, and Nin already knows this, and Nin's already doing it before I even met Nin. But my whole thing is you want to walk away with an 80% gross margin, right? Because let's just say after, and I think me and Jay talked about this last time, but right here is just showing you like in the flesh that like I live what I actually talk about. Because once you got to pay motherfuckers and operations and the shipping labels and the refunds and the offices and all this other bullshit, that 80% now is going to get cut down to like 40 or 50, but you still want to have enough profit to where I got some chicken for myself and I still got money for the bills the next month. You feel me?
All right.
So yeah, this is like the next week. That I did, and then I did 15 bands the second week, and then I walked away with 10,000 net profit. But basically, just to show you, this has nothing to do with my numbers, but it's just to show y'all, like, even domestically, like, these are all long style printable or all style printables. That's why I like to call them, is like embroidery, screen printing, that's printables. So this, I basically dropped like 13 items, you know what I'm saying, all printables, pre-ordered all of it, let it just move organically throughout the week. I put some ads behind it, you know, and then basically once we had all the total numbers of everything, she gave that to my screen printer. My screen printer sat there, gave her the invoice. She takes the invoice and then she breaks it down so I can see with my own two eyes as the owner, how much am I walking away with production profit, right? So this is basically like my profit before I got to pay employees and all the other shit that I just named. So like out of that 16,000, like that was just the production cost between 22 and 16. But the rest of that money, I still got to pay, you know what I'm saying, to keep the lights on. But it's still enough money to pay myself and to come correct the next month. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. She, bro, I'm telling you, this right here, this is the queen right here. Like, cause this type of shit right here, this is where a lot of niggas fold and break at. It's deeper than just selling 1,000 units. You see 100,000 on the total sales, but then it's like if these motherfuckers got warehouse and packers and shippers and all this other stuff. You see why niggas be the next month so antsy to do another drop, because just because you're doing 100,000, bro, you're not walking away with that much chicken. You know what I'm saying? Once you break down literally everything. So it's always like key to like see this like all the time. So she will always tell me, she'd be like, hey, like the production call sheet is like updated just so I know how much I'm walking away with like in profit actually. You know what I'm saying? I think Nin just left, but I think he fucked up. But he probably got a sales call or something. But Jay, you there though? Jay?
Of course, I'm
Jay.
here, brother. I'm listening to you.
Okay.
I'm locked in.
Okay, cool. You got any questions about this?
No, man. I mean, you're really thorough, self-explanatory, man. It's just I gotta be thinking more along the lines, because kind of like you, bro. Like I'll fool around with Photoshop, but mainly concepts. So I'll bring it to my designer, which is a business partner, and I'm kind of looking like what's what is the demand, what's going to be hot. Now I'm seeing it from a different level of bird's eye view, that like it can't just be a design and mocked up and put. It has to be very specified when you're getting manufacturers involved, down to a T. Nothing to be left untold as far as sizing, font. So there's no question. We're dealing with a lot of money on the line, and so it makes very much sense to be very detail oriented and over communicate. This is our investment. This is our baby. This is this is very serious here. If they see you being serious, they're gonna take it serious. And one thing when I do get to that point, I always listen to the brands, and they always make that trip. Like, when I get to manufacturing, I plan to meet them in person and see what's going on, how is it looking. They tend to respect you more when you show up in person versus just handing over $10,000. I've seen people get taken advantage like that, Valabasses and different all brand stories. I lost 30,000, I lost 10,000 because they didn't have this and they didn't have the relationship with the manufacturer. So very informative. Sorry about the background, guys. Very informative. Keep going.
You said keep going. No, for sure, bro. So I'll show you. So what else should I show? So I got like cost breakdown, cut and sew. Let me see something. Let me go to Q. Let me go back. I want to show them here. Wait, let me do this. Was it Q2? Week 1. Tech packs. All right, so let me do this. Let me show you just so because we went into a lot of cut and sew. Let me show you what like a domestic tech pack looks like. So this is like some of my domestic tech packs. So I'll do this one. So real simple. This is going to my screen printer. You know what I'm saying? So right here, she basically got, here, let me go back. Is it skew on this one? No. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So right here, we got like the skew, the month, and the week. So Lord knows, Satan's child, long sleeve. That's the skew name, April, week 1, right? So right here, she got the style sheet, long sleeve, the date, 4/22, collection, Q2 April, fabric details, supplier 13 or all style 1304, product info, screen print on graphic, and then right here she even put artwork details, screen print front graphic with inside printed label. So basically this is one of my shirts. If we scroll down, so basically this is the cover, and then right here we got the colorways. I only did white and gray, and as you can see right here, she says back and front is black printed artwork screen print. Right here she got the print measurements, so 9 inches width on the back, or no, 12 inches width on the back, and then 9 inches width on the front. And then right here she even has like the print position map, just so the screen printer can see how it should be looking like when that concept becomes reality. And then right here, these are the designs that like he can actually like rip from, and then you good to go. So then even on this one, we got obviously the most wanted hoodie. That's one of my favorites. And then basically these are the colorways that I did. As you can see right here, we scoot in or zoom in closer, colorway black, artwork, screen print embroidery, front and back hoodie for the artwork detail, and everything is in white when it comes to the print. Right here, we got basically 4.5 inches width. Then on the back, 14.5 inches width. And then this part right here is tricky because this is the hoodie was embroidery. So it was 4.5 and it's like centered right in the middle. So as you can see right here, 3 inches down from the neckline, the most wanted. Then
4.5. Yeah.
And then 4.5 down from the neckline on the back of the hoodie. And then right here, like the 4.5 is just tilted a little bit, and then it's just centered on the left side of the hood. So this is basically for the screen printer to it's basically like his guide map, and then he can rip these. And then this was already had an embroidery file for this, so this was good. And that saved me some money as well. So that's how she kind of does like the embroidery and the screen print when it comes to Corey.
Yeah.
So
I like thinking when I'm doing tech part, I like thinking what's what the other person needs to know. It's a link between, okay, what do you need from me? Because put in the printer's shoes, like, okay, if I was a printer, what would I need from that brand to know so my work is easier? So I need to know like specific things, how much it's measuring, because I need to do like this print. Where's the position, so I can do my work just fast. And it's just I really like it because it's like the middle, like the middle point to facilitate everybody's life. You know, like So
question for you guys. Oh, my bad. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry. I'm curious, like, what would be a typical budget for somebody like this, or some our project manager to be on for 6 months to a year? What would be is that something you just negotiate with the project manager?
She's a production developer. You know what I'm saying? She helps out. Right now, I'm not trying to speak for her or nothing, but she right now she doing like big projects with like Khalil with Wicked Thoughts and shit. My whole thing though, because Jake, you kind of like me, is like this shit is overwhelming. I already delegated out. My whole thing is with where you at right now. It kind of goes back to the 4 pillars that I always live on, right? It's like the marketing, sales, production, and design. It's like she's at the 3rd pillar, but it's like, let's lock in this 1st pillar. Let's get the marketing applied. So then the sales is popping. and then you can take that net profit from the sales, and now you hand over her the whole entire production of your brand, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not thinking soon, but like, 6 months now, 8 months now, once we get everything going, I'm thinking definitely somebody that can do some of the heavy lifting.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know, like.
I always ask that question. Like, I know me and you kind of know where I'm at and what stage I'm at. Like, but I always ask that question to like keep in mind, like budget wise, when I'm projecting these type of things.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Well, it depends. Like how many units you have, how many styles you want me to develop, if it's cut and sew, if it's domestic, like how much time I need to invest on that. It depends.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Yeah, so this is like another shirt, you know what I'm saying, domestic that she did for me, the George W. Bush. And then basically just very simple, basically when it comes to the print measurements, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the colorways, and then basically like the print positioning, so the screen printer will actually see 4 inches down from the neckline, 3 inches on the front of the shirt down from the neckline. He needs to know as well, like how big it or the measurements of the actual print, which she has like right here, 4.5, I believe. Yeah, 4.5 inches on the front. Then on the back, just 12 inches width, 4 inches down. And yeah, and basically it's like doing it, keeping it simple like this, but at the same time, like having everything right there for the guide for the printer. It makes things so much easier because there's no more going back and forth, like, bro, like this and that, or you sending me the fucked up design and this. It's just like, it just saves everybody like so much headache and time. So the only time I'm always or normally talk to my screen printer, it's never about the production. It's always when the production is over and it's like, come grab your shit, or I'm dropping it off to your warehouse downtown. It's never just going back and forth like, bro, I need this design to be outlined or whatever. It's like she already handled like all of that. Let me show you as well. This right here. So if we go,
or like a timeline as well.
Correct. So I believe, which way was it? Q3, June. I kind of wanted to show him the or show them. No. So let me go.
While you're searching for that, man, I'm also trying to find somebody else to print. Like one of my business partners is a screen printer, but because I tend to have a lot of placement on items, I am trying to figure out how to leverage that too.
Wait, so you said that you're looking for a printer?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at Alibaba and trying to chop up some samples and things that we've talked about. Because one of my business partners is one of his professions. He does have a printing and embroidery business. So sometimes it conflicts.
Who?
Say it again.
Wait,
you
who?
Probably know him. Hey, you remember Jesus?
No, I thought you were talking about
Studio. You talking about who?
Jeff.
No. I'm familiar with Jeff Toff. He's familiar with me. I'm familiar with a lot of the people that were here. He prints for Optic, Black Mannequin, and some other people. But no, this is Jesus with Studio 23.
Never even heard of him, bro.
Oh, I thought maybe you would know. He knows you from way back in the day.
Okay.
At the beginning level of your brand. He was the one that introduced me to you.
Oh, wow.
He started sending me videos. He started sending me videos of you over about maybe a year ago. YouTube.
Okay.
But sometimes, I'm really trying to just to focus on the marketing of sales and get away from the silk screening and the embroidery. I'm just really trying to figure out how to outsource that. So I was looking towards Alibaba and going that direction.
Yeah, because like this is how me and her do everything. It's like you gotta remember something, bro. Like let's just say these right here. Like when I stand up, like these right here, it say, oh shit, it say Lord knows on them. Like it's black on black, but these were printed domestically. Like I don't go overseas when it comes to embroidery and screen printing. Like I handle all of that locally. I handle domestic, local, and then globally I handle all the cut and sew and the fun stuff like the sneakers and shit like that. Because you got to look at it. If Jay or Rich got t-shirts and y'all handling everything in-house, I know Rich's situation is different, but let's just say y'all handling everything in-house. Y'all can do what I did, or Jay can do what I just showed him when it came to that production call sheet. He can do a pre-order, run it up $100,000. Everybody be like, bro, you don't have nothing in stock. But since you already have a great relationship with Jesus or with Jeff or whoever in Portland, like all you need at that point, which would already be done, is the tech pack. You send them the tech pack. She sends the numbers. They send back the invoice. She breaks it down in the production call sheet. So now you've seen away how much net profit that you have. And then the turnaround time is going to be like 5 to 7 days rather than going to China. And you were hoping on the samples and everything to be A1. And now you're looking at like a 30-day turnaround just for a pre-order.
That's exactly what I was looking when I did. Hold on, just a second. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Rich, what's the deal, baby? Rich.
Nothing, just here, just listening to y'all.
Yeah, this is
Yeah, we met.
Yeah.
Hola, Ricardo.
Buenas.
Ricardo. Would you guys excuse me? I need to go to the bathroom quickly.
Yeah, go to the restroom. Yeah, bro. So just because Rich was a little late, like let me show what I was kind of. Let me go back to this just so you can see. I was basically showing him my production call sheet, one of them from a while back, because as you guys can see right here, or you can see 2022 domestic, 22 international, net profits, quotation sheets. Basically we have right here March 2022 week 1 domestic, all of the shirts, and this was all domestic, you know, and then basically Maria broke down all the quantity. So as you guys can see, or you can see, I pushed 148 units of one shirt just in 1 week. We got right here the unit production cost, total SNS, because I go to SNS for my blanks. So this is how much all the blanks cost. Unit screen print and embroidery, extra cost, embroidery print, the label removed. So that's basically like the gilding or whatever inside of the hoodies and crew necks and everything.
Yeah.
That being pulled. The neck relabel. We have individual folded items, bagged individual folded items, barcode, side sticker, total Rebel Cricut. That's basically my printer that I go to. We got this shipping, which is basically nothing because it's all locally. Packaging cost, basically the total cost of all of that put together. Then it's the total unit cost, and then we have the total production cost, and then basically the net selling price, and that's how much I was selling the hoodie for. This is all of my margins. This is
That's
the mark.
Badass.
Huh?
That's fucking badass.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Then I have the markup, then I have the sales, and then I have the net profit. So just in 1 week, as you can see, total sales I did 22,000 in a week. And then I walked away with 16% net profit. And just like what I was telling Jay and Nin, it's like, and just like what I tell you, obviously right now, bro, like you doing your thing, but as we keep building onto this brand, you want to make sure that we aim as high as possible to an 80% gross margin. So as you can see right here, not all of them was 80, but they damn near almost close to it or in the 70s. And the reason why I say that is because once we add in the marketing costs and paying her and all these other people, that shit is going to go from 80 down to probably like 40 or 50%. But now if I see Rich do a drop, he does 100,000 in a month. Now I'm like, okay, I know for a fact he's walking away with 40K, 50K net profit. You know, so this is enough money right here to still pay my overhead. And then it's enough money for me to take home and for me to go live my life. And that's just in 1 week out of the month. And then this was the second week. and then it's like I made 15,000 in sales and then 10,000 net profit because my margins are so high. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really, yeah, because it gives the extra margins give you that much more wiggle room to be able to experiment, test, go here and there, spend that much more marketing compared to like me. Yeah, I've been working on 45% profit margins that I don't have that much wiggle room to really do much with it.
Right, but you're in a good situation because it's like you're doing print on demand, so you're not handling everything in-house. A motherfucker like me, I got employees, I got office, I got shipping label papers, I got this, I got that. You're not really handling all of that stuff. That's added inside of your production cost. That's why the production of the shirt is $15 and the hoodies is $20 because they added all of that inside of that production fee. So when you walking away every day seeing 45 profit, you're still seeing 45% net profit, but you're not really dispersing that all out because all that other 60 or 40, whatever, or 50 profit or 50% profit, that's all going out to them boys, helping with the customer service, the fulfillment, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right now it's worked so far, and like I said, I have a good relationship with both my print-on-demand companies because I have used two different ones for both my businesses. It worked out really well, but yeah, I'm to the point now, like, okay, it's going really well to this point, and now I'm saying like, okay, the next step would now be either me start fulfilling, get a more fulfillment center, and then get more, like you said, get more in the States, have rather than print on demand to get a little bit more profit margins. Does go more work into it, but then I think if I ever get to like your level where like I'm selling that amount of volume of shirts, it's better than doing print on demand because it's just the more money I can keep, the more money I can reinvest into it.
Correct. But see, but then it's almost like when all three of us was on the FaceTime call, right? It's like what makes logical sense right now is like we grab you as much chicken as possible off that print on demand, and then once you have enough wiggle room, now you can make the executive decision if you want to take everything in-house or not. You know what I mean? But for right now, it's like let's just build out your foundation. Just even with the marketing channel and with the sales channels, it's like let's make that so strong to them where it's like, okay, do I want to do the print on demand and see this, or do I want to take it in-house and possibly see an extra 15% or 20% net profit added to that 45%? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it comes down to a point. Yeah, like once we get to that point with me, we'll have to say like, hey, is it worth it or is it not? And I think it's different for everybody. But for me, I think I'm leaning more towards that. But again, with your guidance, we'll see once we get there.
No, for sure. Yeah, and this is what like kind of to the end of it, but I wanted to share this. Basically, the sneaker and basically how this was super last minute that we had no intention of making a shoe. I was just drunk as shit at my office, and I was like, "Man, what if I made my own shoe?" So,
that's the best products,
bro. The best product. So I'm just sitting there, and I was like, "Let me put Lord knows around the Air Force," and it was a shitty mock-up, and then I gave it to Maria. I didn't even give it to Adrian. This is like actually a piece of that nasty mock-up that we just never changed. And then I told her everything I wanted to do. And as you can see right here, we went through 3 different tech packs. This was the first one, and then we updated it several times. But basically right here, the materials, all sneaker.
Yeah, like history is cool because then like, I don't know if this has happened to you before, that you are communicating with the manufacturer and say like, hey, instead of white, do it red. And then there's nowhere, like you don't put that agreement, nowhere. So it's only between you and him. And imagine that instead of getting it in red, you get it in black, in white, or whatever it was before. Like there was nothing that you have to put that in the tech pack. So okay, this history, we said that in Alibaba or whatever, but you put it there. Like in this date, we agreed on this. So that when you receive the sample, like he remembers that. You know, like I always put like all the changes, even before getting the sample, like all the changes that we agreed on, like there's in the history. And it's in the first page, it's in the cover. So they don't forget.
Correct.
You know?
And then
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and then basically like with the toe box on the rough pair that I did, I was like, fuck it, like rather than the holes on the Air Force One, I want to do the crosses. And then when you're looking down at it, it either says center, as you guys can see right there, and then on the other side it says saint. So it's just like, so it's either the upside down when you're looking at it, but then if I'm looking at it, the crosses are coming towards me. So it's like center saint. That just matches my brand. And then basically she has everything right here from just like real leather patch, SNS. What SNS mean all around?
Single needle stitch.
Got you.
It's not, it means that it's not like a patch, but I want it to be like a patch, and the way it's attached to the shoe is by a stitch, like the regular one, the single needle.
Correct. And then
For embroidery.
No, this was like a patch. This wasn't embroidery. This is like
Okay.
just like that, like a patch. But instead of gluing it, only glue. Okay, you may put glue on it, but you on top of that, I want a single needle stitch.
yeah, so it's almost like the Air Force One check, because it's like that's a check in itself that they put onto the sneaker and then stitched it on there. Because at first when me and her was like conversating with the shoe, I'm just all like, yeah, I want the Lord knows wrapped all the way around. But she was like, you want it all as one, or you want the letters like individually, but they all in alignment? And I was like, I want them all in alignment, but I want it to be like the Nike check on the Air Force One. And then that's when she was like the single.
Oh my
needle
God, I
stitch.
remember this. This was they didn't understand because they were doing the Lord knows like all separated, and I had to send like, okay, between I have that file between the L and O, it's measuring 0.8 centimeters. Between the O and R, I think you never knew, like you didn't know that. But yeah, because they were saying, is it like this that you want? Like, no, this is not like, so I have to be super specific and telling them like every measure, like all the measurements in between letters, all of them. From D to K, how much do we want? Because we want the K to be like right in the back, like in the middle back,
Yeah.
the center.
And I remember we had even issues with that. They kept
Yeah.
it was like it just kept coming out like fucked up. And then basically right here, what part is this? The colorways. Yeah, because the more we kept doing it, I was like, fuck it, I want to do a black and white pair too, just like all black. And then she kept asking me, she was like, do you want to put like white lining like right here? And I was like, no, make the whole thing black. The only thing that's white is the logo and the center of the saint on the front of the toe box. And then right here, she has everything that's included with it. And then basically these are just like the sole, the insoles. And that's the manufacturer sending me these ones. And then he fucked up. Didn't he like mess up on these? Or no, he didn't mess up, right? I could have sworn. No, he did. Because you see right there, I remember that the Lord knows was backwards. And I was like,
yes.
make the Lord knows straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had to fix that part too. Everything was like down to a science on this shit.
Yeah, but you always have to like make sure that you send the artwork in a separate file.
Yeah, and then this was like part of my shitty mock-up that we just never changed. She redid it though in the separate artwork, but this was just, I was like, just fucking make this as like part of the tech pack. But this isn't how the sole actually looks. It looks a lot better and different. And then on the other side of the Lord knows, I wanted to have it say like, say your prayers. So like when you look on the side at the tongue, it says like, say your prayers. And then she made sure that was added. And then she designed the box. Well, I designed the box, but I was like, yo, like the top is going to say Lord knows. On the front, say your prayers, the praying hands right there. That symbolizes the Lord knows. And then in the front, like, because the whole shoe was like a theme. So it's like, and this was a design that I made or that somebody made for me years ago during the pandemic, but it never looked right on the t-shirt. At the last minute, I told her, I was like, this will fit perfect for the shoe. Put this at the bottom. So it's almost, because I wanted to give people that feeling like when they got J's the first time, like as a kid, you got the card and it just was a special moment. So when you lift out the shoes and the wrapping paper, the kid right there with the Lord knows screw neck, he hiding from the Reaper. But then it's like 1, 2, Satan coming for you. 3, 4, like y'all get the whole shit. And then it's like, that's when you open it. The thing says, say your prayers, and the whole shoot is like an experience in itself. And then I wanted to make sure that everybody got like a bag. So basically for the white and black colorway, we did that was called cookies and cream. And then the other one was called like Keiko joints. and then everybody got like a velour type of bag, and then this is the wrapping paper, and then right here is this the card. So basically, like everybody got like a card, just like thank you for your support, and that was that. And right now I'm working on my own phone that I'm about to go crazy with, literally like break the fucking internet. So, but this is like, you know what I'm saying, just for y'all to see like the details. It's not just a lot of people in this shit, they'll just make a tech pack, or not even a tech pack, they'll just make this and then give it to a manufacturer, and then they pissed off when shit didn't come out the way that they wanted it to. But as you guys can see, there's so many, you know, details that go into this. And this was just like the process on like making the shoe at the last minute on top of that. So y'all got any questions though? Any questions?
None right now.
Nah, looking
Appreciate
good.
it,
Looking
man.
good. I mean, I was actually lucky when I was working with a manufacturer because the information that I presented to them wasn't as detailed. Lord, you see that hat? Only God knows with the fox leather.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one was outsourced to a manufacturer, and luckily, they were able to nail it. You know, with the embroidery flames on the both sides, and the front has a patch, and then it's a single stitch around. It's a patch stitch into the fabric. But I was lucky that the manufacturer ended up nailing it, because I didn't have all this when I sent this to them. I kind of had a mock-up, I had the logo, vector file, and communication, and that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky, bro. That hat came out pretty nice.
Yeah, that shit did come out like decent, you know.
Yeah, but see, I got a sample, and then when I did the corduroy snapback, I ended up getting a sample, and it took like 30 days, and so on and so on, and that came out nice too. But I definitely see on a bigger scale how you have to have this, because you can lose orders. I mean, what do you do when you got 200 items printed and they're no good?
Yeah.
Now you got a $20 box, grab and go, you know, trying to get it off.
Yeah, facts, bro. Facts.
So this is very, very helpful to see this at this level. It is overwhelming, but it will save you money.
It'll save you time, bro. It's like just like I told you, Rich, everybody else in the group. It's like especially like me, especially all three of us, me, Rich, and Jay. It's like, bro, like the first time I ever talked to y'all, it's like, bro, like, do you want to be like the stupid NPC motherfucker and they spend years on figuring out how to do something, when you can just come to me and then you just got the who that can do the things that are bringing internal resistance and anxiety? Like, now this is her zone of genius. Her zone of genius isn't designing, it's not the marketing, it's not these brands and these visions that we have, but hers is the mastermind when it comes to the production development and turning that concept into reality. And that's why all y'all three are on this call right now, because you know, y'all trying to, you know, figure out who can do this rather than me figuring out how to do it and waste more time and more money and more wasted years. But this right here, you know, this is the last part I was going to show on the call, was basically just like the Lord Knows collection calendar. So basically, and Rich, you'll see the recording, but basically like she has like the tech packs and everything is done. Right here is the style. You know, we got the colorways, the quantities of everything, the comments, the production costs, order placed, and then the deposit. So you always want to keep everything in a singular order when it comes to domestic, when it comes to cut and sew. So these were like the domestic items that I got. So like my son, C3 t-shirt, black navy, pre-order. As you guys can see, is like all and Jay, don't tell people about this. Well, I don't give a fuck. Like, but all my stuff, like when it comes to printables, embroidery and screen print, I pre-order all of that. Like I might get a sample of this. I might do like a clean photo shoot. I might get like 2 of these hats, but it's like one of them is for the model and other one is for the production shot. And then it's like I'm putting it out there to the world. And then it's like that's how I see without wasting a lot of capital up front, because a lot of
Yes,
motherfuckers
sir.
buy 50, 100, and it's like, my nigga, why are you buying 100 tracksuits when you only have 1,000 followers and nobody in the world knows you, likes you, or trusts you yet? I'd rather see you spend $200-$300 on 2 of these. You put it out to the world, and then it's like, see that feedback that you get from that, and then go place the pre-order. That way.
Hey, tomorrow I work for
Huh?
Yes, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I definitely don't want to give up that sauce. I just ran across an app not too long ago that is called the Pre-Order Now app. You ever heard of that?
Nah.
It integrates with Shopify, so it allows you to do like pre-order within Shopify, and you can take payments and all kind of stuff. It's pretty.
Well, yeah, that's what you already do. It's just all like Shopify don't know if you got the shit on hold or not. But the thing is, as you can see, the production line on the back end with my shit is so dialed the fuck in that like even on the printable side, just like when I showed you the production call sheet, like the shit was getting out set 5 to 7 days later. Because think about it, we do the drop. All right, let's just say today's Friday, right? Oh, wait, today is Friday. I'm tripping. So she puts all the numbers into that production sheet, right? That both of y'all just saw. Like all the units, shit, the invoice already got sent back to her. I shut everything off on my website, right? When it comes to that stuff from week 1. Next thing you know, starting next week, my screen printer is putting me at the top of the list because I'm feeding him a steak dinner. Do the math, 22,000 minus 16K. That's all just going into domestic production alone. That's 5 games right there. He put me to the front. So he's taking all that. He's going to knock it out by next Friday. And then next Friday, he's calling me, Lord, Chris, where you at? Like, I'm ready to drop this shit off to your office right now. My customer service girl that y'all met, she's in the back fixing everybody's orders. So then once my brother gets to the warehouse and prints out all of the orders on that Friday, everything is coming in and then it's going right back out. So that's why when you see even those videos of me talking in my office, why you think the boxes is always empty? I never sit on product. Right when all that shit comes in, it's going right back out. Literally within like the first 48 hours.
Right. No, I feel you, man. I would love to start mastering pre-order, but I'm gonna start switching my stuff up. Being that me and you had a conversation about chopping stuff up, the pre-order is really going to be a big thing for me, being that there's not a big budget for manufacturing costs. So yeah, man, I like I said, I'm gonna start doing that, and I found another app called Under Construction. It will. You familiar with that? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be like when I drop that top and bottom set that I had showed you called Prove Them Wrong. I'm gonna be shutting down the website. I'm gonna throw a counter on there and just strictly focus on that drop for a week or so, and then open the website back up for the other products and really just hammer in on getting these drops pushed out and nothing else.
Yeah, like, and this is one thing too, bro, that like I wanted to say, like, I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong. Like, go get 25 units, go get 50 units, because just like what I told you, and just like what I told Rich and everybody, and I wish somebody would have told me this at the beginning of my young days doing this shit. But when there's no demand, you have to give infinite supply. And once you get demand, that's when you can chop supply. So people want to do these hype releases and all this other shit. Why would you do a hype release when there's no demand? The reality is there's no demand right now for your brand. So the number one thing that matters is just having the store open, and we just keep giving and giving. So right now, the pre-order might not make sense for you, but once you start getting demand, then that pre-order will start making sense for you. So, but rather than you breaking the bank, last thing I want to see you do is go broke. Me telling you, oh, go get 100 units or this, that, and the third, and you're not moving them shits. Just start off with 20, 25, 50. And then it's like, and now you can start measuring shit and be like, okay, now I'm going to start adding 20% or 50% or whatever you comfortable with on the next drop, and then the next drop, and then the next drop. But then you just want to give. Just like what I told you on the other call. There's a shit ton of input that you need to put in that a lot of people do not see. And just to get a few yeses, it's a shit ton of input. Rich is a perfect example of that. Motherfucker been going organically for 2 years of giving, bro. Go look at, everybody looks at him as luck in the group. Motherfucker got 2,000 posts. Like, and he still don't even have the demand with his brand. So it comes down to how the market perceives your shit. Look at, and for your situation, Jay, it's almost like a Nipsey Hussle one, right? Like, that's how, when I look at your brand, I kind of see it in that type of demographic. Like, Nipsey Hussle was a 25/8 dude. Fuck that. Like, I'm not doing no hype releases. I'm keeping the store open 24/7. All of us can go buy Crenshaw t-shirts right now. But at the same time, when he puts out new items, or we might do all money in caps. Oh shit. Like, and then that can start building out the hype, and then they seeing multi-six figures in a day. So it's almost like a hybrid model of them still making money on a daily when they have new collections and everything like that. That's when they start doing the hype releases for that new stuff that comes in, but they still have monetized money that's always coming in. Even with me, when I come back, I'm not doing hype releases no more. I'm doing hype releases on new collections that I'm doing, but I'm keeping the store open 24/7. I don't give a fuck. Like, the store is open 24/7. So even when I drop like that phone that I'm about to drop and all this cool stuff, I'm gonna have tees available, logo tees available 24/7, socks available, so I can still get money and data every single day. Even if I'm not making profit off of that stuff, I'm still collecting the data that's just compounded over time for my next drop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You said so. So don't shut down the website.
No,
just feature, and there's a drop happening.
Yeah,
lead people to buy, encourage people to buy. Drip campaign, giveaway, give until the tipping point.
Yeah, because just like what I said, to get somebody to buy your stuff. And just like when I broke down, Rich didn't see the last call, but last call was a hella good call, and I didn't record it either. But it was hella good. But it went back to me showing y'all Michaela's TikTok. Just for her to see 30 orders, the girl put in damn near 100 videos, 200 videos. Just for Rich to see 3 to 4 orders a day, the motherfucker was posting 2 to 3 times a day.
Damn.
For a 2-year time span. So even in Rich's situation, Rich don't see what I see, because it's almost like on the football field. But Rich is the coach, and if I'm the GM, I'm seeing shit happening that he don't see. So he's like, bro, you think I could really scale this shit up? With ads, he didn't believe in ads. Bro, the hard work is already done. You already have the social proof. You already have people buying 3 to 5 orders a day from your brand. It's like, now let me just amplify that bitch and just throw some fire on there. And then look what happened. He's putting in $100. He's seeing 2,000. That doesn't happen to everybody, but that just goes to show that he put in a shit ton of input to see the result, that the fringe benefit that everybody wants. Me, I've been doing this for 9 years. I put in a lot of input just with a small 30, 40,000 following, right? But then it's like, as soon as I go live, 100 people get up on there. How the fuck is he doing that? What's the strategy? Bro, there's no strategy. It's just the simple fact that I put in more volume and I put in more input than you.
I feel it. Very, very informative, man. I'm glad that nothing happens by accident, because, man, before I met you, man, I was about ready to quit, man.
Nah, bro.
We're not built like that, man. I was going from doing pop-ups $1,000 a month to damn near $200 a month, man. It really was humbling, man, because everybody was like, I like your design, I like the product, but it wasn't equating to a sale, to a transaction.
Right.
I post so much. I mean, I know what you're saying about Michaela. You got to keep giving. I just would run into so many people that would say they would like it, but they just wouldn't buy. When I met with Christian Combs people last night, he took some stuff off my hands, and that's going to be a good door opener, because he's going to be inviting me and giving gear to Christian and himself to wear. So I know that's going to open a door. He's already trying to get me out to LA next week, and the turnaround is too tight. But I told him, maybe in a couple of weeks, I wouldn't mind coming out there and doing some vending. I just got to be ready, because where I am at with my brand. I can't afford going to a vending opportunity for $2,500, even if it is to make $5,000 right now. That money needs to be spent on some ads or somewhere else within the brand, getting more product, So I just have to be very careful. Every step is critical for me where I'm at right now.
Yeah,
Very critical.
facts. And it kind of goes back before I get off the call because me and her got somewhere to go. Soon I'm about to take her out to lunch. Some good food. But I was about to say though, like I always framed everything back to when I touched my first 10,000 at 16, and I didn't even have a brand. I was Jay knows Capital brand like iBoogie, Hook, and all them back in the day. We still have a great relationship to this day because when they was like my age at the time, like 36, and they looking at me like a young nigga that's like trying to get money. So they was all like, shit, we'll front you all this vape and all of our sneakerhead t-shirts and all this stuff. You go out to the burbs and go flip it. And that's exactly what I did. But then before I was even getting the production off of them or the product off of them, I was already selling people and then they're giving me the money. So it was almost like a pre-order in hand. And then I was going to them at the beginning stages and then buying it off of them. And then I'm making my wiggle money right then and there. So even when it comes to like your mock-ups and everything like that, since like you are on ground a lot, like bro, there's leads everywhere. You got leads in your phone. We got people on IG. You already have like a pretty cool IG profile built out. All these things to where you can just grab the money now, like build up the hype now. Be like, bro, I'm only doing 20 pairs of these. All the niggas that say that they support you and everything like that, bro, I'm only doing 20. They don't know. Even if it's friends and family, that's how I even made money at the beginning. The Lord knows, bro. I only got 20 of these shirts that I'm making. Little do they know I got like 50 or 60. But I'm like, bro, just give me the money now. And then I was taking that money, and then I took that money to go buy the production. So now for the 50 shirts, so now everybody gets their little 20, 30, or 25 shirts. Now I got another 25 that I can go make profit on. So now I'm sitting there playing with the calculator, and I'm like, okay, well, if I got 25 t-shirts, let me sell them bitches for 40. Now that puts me at 1,000. I take 400 of that, then I'm going to buy 50 more. Then I'm stacking up from there, saving that little bit, and then over time, next thing you know, I look, and within like damn near a few months, I was like, shit, I already got not six figures, but 5 figures, 10 bands plus in the shoebox. But now it's like that's the startup capital for me to really go crazy online. So like the fact that you on the ground a lot and you doing a lot of this in person and a lot of using your mouthpiece to sell, it's like, bro, like right now, like rather than hoping on, because the reality is you don't have a community. Like Rich kind of has like a community right now. Like his situation is different than yours, but you, since you don't have a community, I'm going to all the people that have purchased from me before, locally, in my phone, all of that. Hey, bro, I got this new shit coming. The internet's been like eating it up a little bit. Hella people been wanting this shit, and I'm only gonna make 20 of these bitches. Like, so if you want to buy one now, $80. So now it's like, okay, my manufacturer told me it's gonna be 1,000 or whatever. All I got to do is sell 12 of them right then and there. You telling me you can't sell 12? And motherfuckers be telling, oh, I can't sell 12. If I had a gun to your mom's head and I was like, motherfucker, you got a week to sell 12 of them, you gonna make that shit happen to sell 12. Take that money, go to the manufacturer, go get the 50, boom, sell the 12 units or whatever, 12, 13, 14, give them to the people. Now you're sitting on 30, 40 units or whatever it may be. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there just to give you a perception of this shit. And then it's like, damn, like shit, I'm at my own fate. It's like I can go move however many units, or not however many units, but sell it at whatever price. And it's like now it's just mailbox money at this point. So now you're not having so much anxiety of like, I gotta sell to these people that don't know me. Bro, think about it, bro. And when I was flying down here, I was thinking about you on the plane because I was like, damn, last conversation we had, bro, was like, man, I'm trying to sell my units and all this other shit. But you got to think, bro, you've known about me for years. Like, and you just now bought into fucking with me. Years. Yeah. And you never bought a product or nothing until 6 years knowing a nigga. So what makes you think that motherfuckers that don't know you is going to buy right then and there? It's going to take a lot of giving to these people, bro. And it goes to even Rich too. Rich, how many TikToks have you seen before? I'm on the phone with him. First time I ever talked to him. Bro, I was just soaking up your content. You just didn't watch one video. Nobody did that's in Brand Builders. They watched all the YouTubes, more of the TikToks. they scrolling. Bro, I was just soaking up all of your content. Even the first time I talked to you, Jay, bro, I'm just soaking up all of your content. Like, it wasn't just the first time, bro. You probably, after weeks, I think Rich was telling me, he was like, bro, I was watching your shit for like a week, 2 weeks, just taking it all in. So people not just gonna buy that first time. So if I was you, to make profit and to make money, I'm selling before I even have the product, and I'm selling to people who bought to me before, because those are the easiest people to sell to.
Yes.
So that's what I would do. Take their money, use that money for production, give them their shit. Once production is made, you sit it on however many units, and then that's when you can go to the pop-ups or out the trunk or whatever. But then it's like, okay, I got 20-some hoodies or 20-some one or two pieces. I saw these bitches at 150. Damn, now I'm at 2 bands. Woo, woo. Now I'm not fucked up. Now I got 2 bands. And now you start compounding off of that. And then that's how you get out the trenches the quickest. You know what I'm saying? Now you got money for the ads. Now you got money to do cool shit. Now you got money to go get products that's available 24/7 and stuff like that. And I'm not saying start big. Like, go start with some socks. Just keep them up. Them is available 24/7. Like, just to start bringing in, some hamster money for you. Even if you breaking even on that, who cares? Because like, you collecting all that data, all the numbers, all them emails of people that have bought from you before. So then when you do the new drops, they already comfortable to buying from you again. Why you think my return customer percentage is at 30%? I don't never really got to work hard on the back end to sell people again, because 30% of the people that's buying, Lord knows, the day of a drop, that's basically 3 out of every 10 people have purchased from me before.
Got it.
Yeah.
Good game for both
Yeah.
of y'all. Appreciate y'all time, man. I want to be respectful of your time, and I don't want to stand in the way between the mango mojitos. That's
Yeah.
my favorite, by the way. But good game, good value, man. Always giving up the sauce, always pouring into people, man. I appreciate it, man. I was a little skeptical too, because everybody's selling a course. Man, you can't get on Instagram and ain't nobody selling anything. It's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
Everybody's selling every type of course possible, especially with the way technology is. You can just record, 5, 6, 7 hours of video and upload it to different platforms, and now you got a course that you can charge $199 for or higher. So I'm just appreciated, man, to have the value to be able to bounce these things off of you, man, and you keep bringing good people to the school. So, man, kudos to you too, man. 'Cause I know, this is probably something new for you too with the school.
Yeah.
And you get better as we get better.
For
So,
sure.
we all trying to push. We all trying to get it. We all trying to strive to excellence. And man, I appreciate it, man. Like when I made that statement about quitting, that was the mindset, because I was just like kept bumping my head, and because I felt like I had a Ferrari, but with no tires, no Pirellis. I had a Ferrari. The designs were there, but no marketing, no demand. Productions up in the air, being sourced locally. Some is being outsourced. So I just felt like I was all over the place.
Right.
And so now I still all over the place, but now I do have a better sense of direction.
Right. But that better sense of direction is worth more than $500, because what's more important, $500, right? Or 5 years of your life still trying to figure it out?
Definitely having a sense of direction that can save you time, money, and energy.
That part. And just like what I said, bro, it's like, this is just the beginning. It's like, because my goal with all of y'all is at least 60% of everybody in the group is doing $10,000 plus a month with their brands. We already got a few people that's already doing that. But for even like a person like you that's like starting at the bottom, that's like my goal with everybody. And just like what I told Rich and everybody that has just binge watched my content, the reason why I want to say, and I'm not no big brand or nothing, but the reason why people got Lord knows tatted on them, and the reason why they so devoted to my brand, not just because it's a sincere thing with real storytelling and everything to it, but I also give everybody a $100,000 experience with my brand. And it's the same thing with y'all. It's like, if Donald Trump gave me $100K right now, it's like, tell me everything about clothed in production and all of your resources and everything, how would you deliver that to Donald Trump? Chris, that's me asking myself. So that's kind of me coming to y'all. I don't treat it as Jay giving me how X amount of dollars or Rich giving me X amount of dollars. It's like, fuck the money. It's like, how can I give them a 100K experience, not just on the knowledge part, not just on the resources, but also getting them that capital at the same time, so now they can go pay for the resources, and then they can really take their brands to that level that they want to take it to, and they don't got to waste 8-9 years like I did. They don't got to go through all the pain and suffering that I did. That's why I'm showing you all this, just to save you all that time, energy, and money. You know what I'm saying? So
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it, man.
no, for sure, bro. But I'm gonna get at y'all, Rich. I know me and you've been back and forth on text and shit. Just give me some time, bro. Because I've been out here in Mexico, bro. I love this shit. I might fuck around and not even catch my flight tomorrow. I might be like, man, I gotta stay for a few more days. I can't believe this shit out here, man.
Yeah, all good, all good. Enjoy it while you're there.
No, for sure, for
Absolutely.
sure. But Rich, since we're on the phone real quick, just one question. How's your sales today? Daily sales?
Today I am at, let me see, 2.5.
2.5.
Oh, 2.05. 2.05.
Great. Let me hear you say that. Let me hear you say great.
Fucking God.
No, that's that because this is your first 2K day, right?
No. I think I had one when we first started running ads. But this is like what, the second or third 2K day.
Wait, tell me.
Congratulations.
Hey, appreciate it.
For sure, that's a big number, bro. How much have you
Yeah,
done?
for real.
How much have you done this week?
This week, let me see. Week to date, 6.4.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, okay, so because because I know that there was some confusion over text because my mind was all over the place kind of when I was texting you about how it works. So basically, we're not trying to get your shit suspended again through an account. So basically, what we're doing is and this is for Jay too. So when you're running ads, there's a pixel that's connected to your store and to your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
The pixel basically is fresh. Imagine a cold pot. The pot is cold. So this is why you see a lot of drop shippers and a lot of motherfuckers that try to start brands or e-com in general, they go broke and at the beginning because they're spending so much money on the ads. But you got to think, if the pot is cold, it's hard for the algorithm or for Facebook to figure out who your customer is. Some people that works easy, and for some people it's hard. The reason why it worked for you at the beginning, just like what I told Jay, is because you already had 13,000 people on your Instagram account. So it's very easy for Facebook to go figure out who that customer
who to recommend it to. Yeah, they already had a baseline.
Correct. But right now, we don't have the pixel connected to nothing because we don't want Facebook to track Nin's ad account connected to your store, and then they suspend Nin's ad account. So right now, it's crazy that you're doing the numbers that you're doing because we're winging it as far as like there's no pixel connected to your shit. Nin is putting in them ad dollars, and all we just have is the website link. So that's why we're not. Because on the back of the ad account, we can see like the click-through rates, the CPCs, everything like that. There's none of that. It's just like fixedbuoyance.com with the ad. And we're banking that people go to the website and still buy because I don't want your ad account to be suspended. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's kind of like a makeshift funnel, but it's working well so far.
Yeah, it's like some gray hat shit. Because like the thing is with you is like that corporation logo or whatever. It's like Nin is about to build out your whole entire campaign for you with all your different products, but that winning product is like we got to max that bitch out because you never know, a rainy day could still come. Somebody catches on with Facebook again and be like, oh, like suspend that account again. And my whole thing is like, I'm trying to hit you to 100 bands in a month. And right now, the ad spend on that is probably like 10 to 20K for you to hit your first 6-figure month. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
With 45% net profit margins after that ad spend on top of that, you know? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to get up off of here, man. I love y'all boys. And I appreciate both of y'all, because especially Jay and Rich, like y'all just be showing up to the calls. Because it'd be a lot of, I wouldn't say it's a lot of bullshitters and brand builders, but it's brand builders is that type of place where motherfuckers miss this type of shit. And then, bro, what's that? Talk about that part with Maria with the tech pack, and it's like, bro, like just show up to the call. But then it's my fault too because I should have planned out this call like days ago. But every day has just been like a crazy exploration just out here in Mexico. So it's a little bit of my fault too. But I appreciate both of y'all for just tuning in. If y'all ever need Maria, she's in the chat to ask her questions about anything. Even if y'all want to rewatch this video, make the tech packs yourselves. Post them in the group and be like, Maria, how do you feel about this? What's missing? X, Y, and Z, and she'll tell y'all. So
I'll tell you.
Is there any sample? Like, I mean, is there any like blank ones we can use, or is this custom or?
Well, see, the thing is, like, let's just say you trying to make a jacket a certain way, she'll have to custom that. But when it comes to just like basic blinks and all that, that's inside of the school. So like polo, rayon polo, and if you want to throw all over print and stuff like that, that's all inside of the school. If you just click on classroom, just click on blanks, and then I got you from there, bro.
Okay, Rich, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna send you my number. I got questions about your ads, Rich. Are you there?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna send you my number. Is that okay?